Hey everyone, Teck here, and this month on Tech Talking Shop, we're talking about torque wrenches, and I, out of everybody in the group, probably use a torque wrench at least. So I am going to show you what I use, the one time I've used it, my own personal one anyway, and explain to you why I bought that brand. So let me go get them, and I'll start explaining. So for my current job, I personally do not need a torque wrench that often, and when I do, the torque specs on it aren't very high. The highest I've ever had is like 17 foot-pounds. So I personally do not need a very big torque wrench. So for the first time, I was like a couple months ago maybe, I needed a torque wrench because I was doing a set of bolt-on cables on a battery. Now, normal cables you have to burn on, and you either use a carbon arc or you use a torch. Well, these ones are just a bolt, and they're bolted down to 17 foot-pounds. So I went out and I just grabbed this little Harbor Freight torque wrench because, like I said, it was the first time in almost a year of me working at the company that I needed a torque wrench. Now, I wasn't sure what size the bolt was for the cable that I was, so I got a 1/4 inch. Oh, that's not. I got a 1/4 inch, which I obviously haven't opened yet, and a 3/8, because I wasn't sure if it was going to be a tiny bolt or a bigger bolt, but it ended up needing the 3/8 torque wrench, which this one, I think goes up to 17 foot-pounds. I don't even know what it's rated for. Yeah. 20 to 200 inch-pounds, it says right there. So either one would have been fine. I just didn't know the bolt head size, so I got these. Now, I'm not saying these are going to be my ride or die torque wrenches. Once I start getting into things that require torquing more, I will absolutely positively buy a better torque wrench, or torque wrenches, you know, the angle and all that stuff. But as of right now, I personally do not need it. So, a year and a half ago, I would have told you a completely different status on brands of tools that you need, and stuff like that. As of right now, I've used a torque wrench once. Now, if I was using a torque wrench all day, every day, multiple times, you know, a week ordeal, I would probably have a better brand one. Now, what brand would that be? Not 100% sure on that. There's a bunch of brands out there. Maybe I'd go Snap-on. Maybe I'd go Precision Instruments. I just know I'd probably have a little bit better of one than a Harbor Freight one. But for what I do, it's perfect. It works. It does the job. Nothing strenuous. But back to what I said. A year and a half ago, I don't want to say I was all one brand or anything, but I was definitely probably not a Harbor Freight person. But now that I don't use... Now, some things I'm still like, absolutely get name brand. I need a good set of screwdrivers. I still need all, you know, your basic hand tools I need, but I don't use a bunch of sockets, and I don't use a bunch of other things depending on the types of jobs I use. So for me personally, Harbor Freight does great for that torque wrench. And I've bought a couple other things from Harbor Freight since leaving the dealership, which I never would have imagined. Not that I was against it or anything. I just personally never saw myself buying anything from Harbor Freight. And with that said, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good day.